Nearly half of all adults in the United States suffer from some form of heart disease.
22 News sat down with a local cardiologist to hear about these startling statistics.
My father had it, my mother had it. I got a little of it, yeah.
I do have slight high blood pressure too.
These are the voices of people impacted by heart disease, the #1 killer of both men and women in the country. There are nearly 330 million people living in the United States, and half are living every day with some type of cardiovascular disease. Dr. Amir Lotfi is the Associate Chief of Cardiology at Bay State Medical Center. He sat down with us to talk about the seriousness of heart attacks.
Any age is susceptible to it. When I say any age, I'm talking about anybody who's over 35. However, as we grow older, especially going above 50, your chances increase. And men tend to have it at a much younger age than women, by average about 9 years difference.
Dr. Lotfi said someone suffering from a heart attack can feel a variety of symptoms, including chest pain that can feel like indigestion, pressure, squeezing, burning, shortness of breath, and even arm and jaw pain. If you ever feel these symptoms, it's important to seek medical attention right away. Call an ambulance and never drive yourself to the emergency room.
We always talk about the golden hour. Your heart is very sensitive to lack of blood supply. So your heart muscle can start to die within the first 20 minutes of lack of blood flow.
Having high blood pressure, diabetes, smoking, and not eating properly or exercising can predispose you to having a heart attack. But Dr. Lotfi said 80% of cases can be prevented through education and lifestyle changes, even if heart disease is hereditary. The same goes for stroke. 22 News spoke with people affected by heart disease who made those changes. James Canary quit smoking cigarettes to better his chances because heart disease runs in his family.
I usually take walks in the mall, and I usually take walks and exercise. That's what I've been doing. People are into keeping in health, and I really like that, and it's going to keep us living longer.
Walter Layler's father passed away from a stroke and had high blood pressure.
When I go to the doctor, blood pressure, cholesterol, that's always in the checkup. It's always in the back of your mind.